Greetings, this is Candace Curry, and I will be facilitating the presentation that I prepared titled Decision Making. Why don't we do the best things for ourselves? For the most part, people think of themselves as wise. Individuals believe that they know themselves, that they have the ability to read others, and that they have a high level of self-awareness about the world around them. Knowing what we want for ourselves, we often tend to take actions that do not help us achieve these desires. And after trial and error and many mistakes, we still continue to do things that lead us down a path we wish to not travel. So what goes wrong? How do we get to that adverse place of a wrong decision? Our brains are programmed to draw prior perceptions onto new information, which normally in the fast-paced world we live in, drawing on past experience is useful. However, when stress, habits, negative perceptions, and procrastination join with our background of past judgmental patterns, applying to the present situation, things begin to tremble. Our judgments easily fall into mental sinkholes, and we continue to believe what we believe despite new data to be different. This is due to the many therapists referred to as emotional tagging, which contributes to our focusing excessively on past experience that tug at our heartstrings. People who endure a large amount of stress are also likely to emotionally charge past memories when deciding how to prioritize present decisions. Making decisions that we later regret influence future brain activity, especially in the areas diagrammed for you here. The medial orbit frontal region as displayed in the top center diagram, the anterior cingulate cortex to your middle right, and the hippocampus diagrammed for you to the lower center. These areas are responsible for emotions and emotion-related memories in the brain. The more we have at risk, there is an increase in the activity in these regions of the brain. This increased brain activity results in increased emotional stress, which clouds our attempt at clear thinking. The stress of decisions can sometimes be what sets us up for future failures or cause us to procrastinate. Negative emotions such as being ashamed, feeling beaten down, cut down, dehumanized, embarrassed, humilified are all negative emotions that are common triggers for procrastination. There will be many opportunities to choose between procrastinating and productive actions. Based upon the illustrations I've chosen, we see the two extremes in which procrastination can cause delayed productivity or place us in a situation where we make a rushed decision that may not be our wisest decision. These opportunities provide a chance to make significant actions and follow through with productive priorities. The psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud used the comparison of a horse and rider to show the endless conflict between emotional impulse and reason. The horse symbolizes the source of emotional impulses. The rider represents reason. The horse knows two things. If something doesn't feel good, move away. If something feels pleasurable, go for it. Then the horse is in charge. It does what feels good, what provides no resistance to its movement and avoids pain. The higher mental process, which is symbolized by the rider, is an image of reason, connection, planning, and the anticipation of change. The rider maintains perspective, decides action, and solves problem. What the horse and rider metaphor brings to light is the endless conflict between procrastination and a do-it-now way of getting things done within a reasonable time to improve productivity and increase endeavors. The double agenda dilemma is a conflict between stated and unstated agendas. In this instance, let's use the example of Ken as the writer. Ken has the stated agenda to start, work on, and wrap up the task at hand. However, Ken dislikes the process, but he wants the results. His co-workers, the horse, Have another agenda. Avoid hassle and get a quick reward by dodging the discomfort linked to the task and go to happy hour. Ken would like to finish the monthly report ahead of schedule. This is his stated agenda. He is aware that working through the data takes many steps. There is no guarantee that he will get it completely right, and there is also a risk of error. The time it takes to do the data analysis reduces time from his pleasurable pursuits. Ken begins to spend time thinking on the negative possibilities and gets tangled in his emotional underwear, and he puts the analysis off. Dodging discomfort is Ken's unstated agenda. When the unstated agenda influences the decisions we make, we are in turn emotionally procrastinating. When a person is faced with a double agenda dilemma, they have the opportunity to grab the horns and move in a productive direction. The more practice Ken has in grabbing the reins, the easier it will become for him to harness the horse's energies and achieve timely goals. In resolving a double agenda dilemma, two self-help psychology challenges are met. 1. Recognizing conflict, and 2. Being able to apply, organize, direct, and regulate abilities to achieve the goal of completing a task. Reasoning versus urges, short and long-term analysis, putting things into perspective. A rational writer will see the benefits of making sacrifices in the current moment to achieve a greater gain later. The horse will want to go for a short-term fix. When a person comes to this juncture, they are faced with a continual cycle of conflict between reason and emotion. At some point, the realization that making better decisions is a matter of unlearning behaviors and habits and challenging our fears. Deciding to work with a life coach, counselor, or other healthcare professional will involve taking a look at one's inner strengths to gain control over anxieties, fears, and negative messages. A life coach is a professional trained in task and goal management. A life coach can meet with individuals who have trouble with decision-making skills and help them to discover new methods of thinking, being productive, and reaching goals, while a counselor can assist with the same changes and personal development. They are licensed by the state as a healthcare professional to assist in the emotional interference a person is experiencing when it comes to making decisions. This will help a person gain the freedom and comfort needed to step out of their comfort zone and into a new, bigger world of better decisions that lead to a better life. When we rid ourselves of the shame, guilt, fears, and irrational memories of prior wrong decisions that rule our thoughts, we are able to think clearer and prioritize and keep up with realistic goals at hand. Self-encouragement and a support group or person can help you become bigger than you have ever been. By taking responsibility for your actions and inactions, you begin to take hold of your own life and move forward. It is not going to be easy to go from decision based on low self-esteem and stress to a life based on clear thinking, but only we as individuals can make it happen. This concludes my presentation on decision making. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it provided you with some